Hello there! 'Tis I, Andrew, the bearded lady, merry game lords, and tonight we have played Planetoid from Portal Dragon. What did we think? Find out! Okay, so I really like the game. The ease of learning this game is brilliant. There is a basic version of the game, as demonstrated here on this very, very nice quality player board. Look how thick that bad boy is. Very nice indeed. What is it? Is it double ply or is it triple?
Triple.
Double. Ooh! Oh, there's a fight on whether it's double or triple, but either way.
No, it's double. You're right.
It's double. Bet it. Dave the Grey wins. But it's really again.
His fault.
But it is really nice. So you've got a basic side, and as the rulebook suggests, this is probably for people who are new to gaming. So gateway.
Oh, we love a gateway.
Love a gateway, and then for the hobbyist, which I think us bearded board gamers would be. We here is look at that advanced, from basic to advanced, yes! And this board I also like. Dave the Grey, not too keen, but he can tell you why afterwards. But you're basically using, you've got 3 energy to use each go, and along the top, you use 1 energy, then you use 2, and then you use 3. And the third ones along the bottom, after you've used them, they break. So you can't use them again and again and again. Or can you? Well, you'll see. So I'm sure Dave will chat about that as well. So the game, as you can see on just here, that board is fantastic. And I was really worried when I backed this on Kickstarter on whether or not you'd be able to replay it over and over again, because obviously all of the pieces are punch board, and I just thought maybe they would get torn a little bit or fray at the sides, but no, it's done really well. So you just press on one side and it lifts up the piece, and you just drill it out. So yeah, really like the way it's kind of like engine building. So you're just working through different kind of like that mechanic over and over again. Drilling or scanning, although we didn't do that much scanning, did we? We just went for the drilling. Mega drill! And person at the end who has the most points wins. So yeah, we really enjoyed this game. There's some really nice little things involved with it and other things, but I'll leave that for the other game lords to tell you. Marvellous.
Hipster King here. My thoughts on Planetoid. Really enjoyed it. I lost pretty badly, to be honest. We all took slightly different strategies, and clearly mine wasn't the one to go for. Basically, each of your turns, when you do drill, you're able to turn over the little planet discs, and you get different resources. Here's some rock worth 1 point for your end game. You've got gold at 2. He says, desperately searching for something else, and I've not got any more in my hands. But we had diamonds. I was the diamond geezer and managed to pick 3 of the diamonds up worth 15 points, thinking that'd do me good. In the end, it wasn't enough. You build up, you collect those things, and you sort of store them on this section of your player board. And once that's full, or whenever you want to, you can move them away and kind of keep them safe outside. You know, once you've mined and sorted them, you can actually put them safe on the side of your board for a turn. Now, one of the nice little extras they've got in this game in terms of scoring some few extra points, you can convert groups of your resources into additional orders, and you can get, so if I've got 3 of those rocks, I can then get an additional 4 points for completing this order. And the game finishes either when you've mined the whole of the Planetoid, or all of the orders that have been chosen at random for that game have been taken. So I really like the way the game played out, and one of the nice things at the end was when you had a good idea. You could see who'd got the most stuff, but that didn't necessarily mean, because of the way it scores, that they had won the game. The other thing that was really nice is right at the very end of the game, at the start of the game, you get given 2 cards that you're going to be using as bonuses at the end of the game. These were really nice because the bonuses affect potentially everybody. So at the end of the game, the scores can change quite dramatically. Dave the Grey had a For those who hadn't got diamonds, they'd get an additional 8 points. So I didn't get 8 points. Unfortunately, Andrew didn't, but then therefore Dave did. My bonus affected everybody in the same way, so it wasn't really a bonus. So it's at the end of the game, it's interesting to see how that plans out, because I do love a game with end game scoring, that so that you don't really know who's won until the very end, and all the maths has been done. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to play it again.
Hi, Dave the Grey here. I really enjoyed this game. It's quite easy to learn. There isn't a great deal of hard thinking involved, but there are quite a lot of subtle tactics, I think, behind the scenes. So definitely a gateway game for people that don't play that much. But if you start thinking about it, there are quite a lot of different decisions that you can make along the way. A couple of things I really like. This is just the middle of the board, but as Andrew mentioned, to get the pieces out, you just press them in, and because of the way it's been made, they just lift out. So there is a nice diamond. The player board, you've got 3 things per sort of type of action. You can then also get extra actions, so you can get a booster drill, lets you drill an extra section of mine. My one, I had some extra storage, so instead of 4 pieces, I could have 5, which was handy, stopped me having to go back to pass all of my ill-gotten gains on quite as often. I think the only criticism of this board that I've got, and I think it niggled me more than the others, is these are your energy tokens that you use, and they don't fit in the holes. They're sort of at an angle, so I guess you can pop them out, but that just kind of, everything else is so nicely put together, that just kind of niggled me a tiny bit. But yeah, dead easy to learn. I think once you play a couple of times, there's some more subtle tactics going on. It isn't just mega drill, drop your stuff off, which we did slip into a little bit towards the end.
Repair mega drill.
Repair mega drill, mega drill, repair mega drill, mega drill. There is, I think, more to it than that once you start actually thinking about it a little bit. So definitely one I think we'll play again a couple of times, just to see if we can be a little bit more subtle about it rather than just brute force and ignorance, although that's what I do.
Dave the Grey, Dave the Grey, Dave, Dave, Dave the Grey.
Oh, that was good, Dave. You went high then.
I did go high.
I can hit every single note of tape on me
Wow.
when I'm alone in the car.